So it's pretty early in the morning, and I don't even know that I got Marcus prepped for this before we even left to come to New York. However, I gotta go. Cece got stuff to do, so with me thinking that she'd be able to be left behind and she could get the models where they're going since she's been here before, that was a failed thought. So I gotta ask Marcus, and I don't know how he gonna feel about that.
Before I left the house, I chopped it up with my boy Marcus. He was laying on, and I remember in detail, he was laying on the sofa. It kind of looked like it was a chase, and I was just sitting back. And one thing I love about like our family like is that we all collectively play a part in the advancement of ourselves and just the whole experience. But one thing about it is Marcus hardly ever had the camera on him, so the camera was just like sitting right there. And whether he know it or not, that night before I was asking him about the camera, and he was showing me how to record and how to maneuver around the camera. So I just hit that boom boom and I started talking to him about how he felt. And because Patience had that meeting, I had pretty big. It was like those two people that usually keep the unit like calm together. Okay, y'all, we got 15 minutes before we leave and catch the train. We was like, okay, Marcus, we need you to make sure everybody gets on to where they're at. I don't know if y'all know my boy. That is not, listen, I'm here to record, show up, catch the vibes. That's what I'm here to do. I know my part. That's how he said, like, it's like a little overstepping, you know, my boundaries, but he still showed up for the team. And sometimes he be overthinking because, I mean, if anybody know, like if anybody know Marcus, like I know, he's a great team player. He's a great quiet leader, like leading by his actions rather than just by saying something. And I don't think that, sometimes I always tell him, like, I think we were discussing about like how much grace he need to give himself. Sometimes whether he know it or not, he's such a bright light with people around him. That's why people always want to work with him. People always want to like his stuff. People always want to share because he really do give genuine intentions. I remember meeting him in New York and really being around him. And the first time we went to, I experienced New York with HMRM, and I never forget being outside and being like, yo, I want to work with you. I want to create visuals. And you know, it's so telling for you to, you know, actually manifest the things that you want. But it's also telling when you align with those people that you can actually manifest with together, and that is such a beautiful thing. So I was just trying to get some footage behind the scenes and kind of get him to switch the roles, but he didn't know. I ain't gonna lie to you, he didn't know. But I tried to get him in his element, but it kind of gave like, you know, I'm just relaxing, talking to my homegirl. But sometimes, you know, he need to check in. So I always appreciate him and the vibe that he gets. So shout out to Marcus.
So waking up the next day and, you know, Patience has already gone to her casting, and being in New York, you know, and us having to find our way, you know, I said, you know, some way, somehow it's going to work out, but I felt like, damn. I feel like, I mean, it's the last day, the last show. I mean, I'm pretty happy about yesterday. You know, and I learned a lot this trip, and we'll take it, I feel we'll take it with us going into the next shows and everything like that, about what we could do to be better instead of, you know, pointing the finger at each other. Going forward, I would like there to be more of a tight schedule. You know, if there's something done early, to make sure that we're all back early so we're not, you know, dragging the next day. You know, I don't drink or anything anymore, so I'll be, you know, easy for me to be fresh and all that stuff and ready to go. Personal decision I made for myself. Yay. Awesome. So yeah, I mean, just, you know what's going on the next day, be ready, be fresh, you know, be early, not, you know, running around, you know, putting yourself in a bad place before you even get there, you know. We've been dragging like the whole day. I mean, she was even late herself to what she had to go to. It wasn't just like me or whatever. So, not to say that's right, it's just like, next time, you know, just gotta be more tight with things, you know. I'm not used to taking public transportation anymore. I did, you know, back in some high school and all this stuff, but I haven't been taking the train. And just being on that train, it was a joy.
Don't stand too close, you gon' fuck around and drown. Out this
I couldn't stop laughing.
too hard, don't stand too close, you gon' fuck around and drown. Out this
Now, if I lived in New York City and I was just used to it and used to seeing people getting up and dancing and saying, hey, everybody listen, and passing around, you know, their buckets and for donations and just seeing the craziest things, I was entertained the whole time. I didn't want to get off the train. I mean, I knew we had to get off to do what we had to do, but I was having a ball.
Give me my credit. I eat too much to acknowledge an underfed bitch. Leave a message. I'm probably in the booth on a track about the record. You know you moving right when niggas start talking reckless. They doing all of this flexing, but I don't admire these niggas. I'm the boss. I hire. I fight.
Marcus did his job. He accomplished the task. Okay, mission accomplished. The models made it there in one piece. Nobody got lost on the train, and he was in a good space when he got there. Okay. It's the brush it off the shoulder for me. Shout out to you, Marcus, for getting the models there. And you ain't need nobody to help you, cause you got this.
On my gram, they checking. I inspire these niggas, but I can see them unless I put a mirror fire them niggas. I'm the whole package, nigga got all the essentials.
So the next show, I was already gonna have to be at another location because I had Pretty Big Movement Apprenticeship Cycle 2. And that was because I auditioned for Pretty Big Movement. It's a plus size dance company based out of New York. And they had an apprenticeship program, which is when you spend a couple of weeks with them. You get to train, you get to see how industry is, you get to meet some notable choreographers that are in the area or that have been around. You get to learn different things. You get to work on, a part of the workshop is to develop you as a dancer and prepare you for the professional world of dance, or at least get you more prepared. So that's what I was doing that morning. And so I didn't have the regular meetup. And then when you have multiple things that you're doing, sometimes you gotta leave earlier and then you gotta figure out how to catch a show. So although I know how to catch a train, it was catching it from a different location to the Bronx. That's where our practices and everything was, in the Bronx. And then I gotta go back down to the city, to Manhattan, amid all the crazy chaos, and meet up with them for Runways on Fire. Hopefully I can fit and be able to, you know, be in that show, but I never know, because the trains, you just never know. Like, you know, it's the weekend too, so everybody is got a whole bunch of stops. Anything can happen. It's real busy. So I was just trying to make the most out of my time.
Okay, in terms of running late, I didn't really care. I mean, not to sound like that, you should be on time, be early for everything. But, and this is an excuse, we went to bed late. You know, we got up early. You know, we were running late. We're in New York, we're taking public transportation. We didn't want to go there just, you know, jumping out of bed, just going in there looking like whatever. We wanted to come presentable. We wanted to shower, we wanted to make ourselves look nice, and we wanted to have a little something to eat so we wouldn't be sick and lacking energy, and we did. And then we got there as fast as we can, and when we got there, I don't even think anybody really noticed. People are running around left and right, getting fitted, getting makeup, getting hair. You know, no one's micromanaging or paying attention to every single person. And if they are, then what do they do?
So hey, so here's the tea. We put markers on the ground. I need you to acknowledge, because your pictures will come out horrible if you don't. That that thing on the ceiling that's kind of down. If you step past that tape, your face is going to be black, but your garment's going to be red. So you stop with the tape. So let's try again. Come back this way.
I'm gonna bring one more girl, okay?
You're already breaking the rules. So you make sure you come past this white tape. Where you going, Mama?
He's not in the I need only 2 guys.
Oh, go past the tape and go down fast. It's not a flood. It's a run through. Walk past the tape. No,
Pass it
walk
this way?
Yeah, like when you come back, walk past it, and then you get a little thing there.
Alright, so
Right.
Can we pose here?
No, straight off. Things are per usual crazy. So when I get there, I'm usually trying to organize designers, give them their own space, make sure the makeup has their own space and it's not running over into the designer space. But I am working with a hallway, and this hallway is so tight. It's pretty much the rest of the ballroom. And so I'm just trying to make sure that 1,000 people in this room know what's going on. And some designers that James worked with, let's just say, are high maintenance. And that's okay. I don't mind catering to your high maintenance needs. But if I'm running around crazy and you know what you gotta do what you gotta do and don't get in my way.
So now can we do it in the order?
Yeah, well, if you want to kill time putting them in order, we can just run through real quick.
I just want to make sure like they know like their number.
You don't need my approval to give models numbers.
Oh yeah, that's perfect. So you go, you last, you're second last.
So go to second to last. She's giving y'all your order now.
You open the show. Well, you can go behind her.
you'd rather sing.
Remember your number. 1,
Philip gotta get up.
2, 3, 4.
Come on, baby. Come on, one. Line up at the line. Don't stop. There's no posing, so don't. There's no posing. Don't stop at the top of the runway. Only at the bottom. Come on. And we already talked about the white tape, right?
Yes.
Hold on, wait.
I heard women in New York, they can't do makeup. I mean, I thought it looked better before. Look what happened. I mean, you really got to pay attention to makeup artists, people. Why can't the women in the fashion capital do makeup? Just look very unnatural. Just you know, the edges have to be fixed. I mean, sometimes you just got to do it yourself. I think that lady had it out for me or something. I mean, the hair was looking very nice. I love the big curls, the nice big curls. But my eyebrows look up. Be wary when you're near people. Be very afraid. I had to go to the bathroom and kind of reset them myself. Sometimes you just gotta do shit yourself. Really do. You know my track is showing. Is my track showing back? Girl want to touch up my hair. I think I'm gonna just leave it as and just do what I gotta do. I mean, look at my eyebrows. I mean, what is this? I mean, from afar, maybe away in a picture, maybe if that's the look they want. Maybe that's what they want. But, I mean, I look like a crayon or something. Like, just too much. Like, what's this right here? Like, I can't even fix this. I mean, is that a little better? That's a little better, like that? I mean, but still, you can see all this shit here. Then they try to tell us we can't use the bathroom. I mean, that was just a way they know people if they have to go. That was a way to really be like, you can go, but you really, really shouldn't. Because then everyone would be doing it. So if they make you feel like you can't do it, then you probably won't, unless it's a serious emergency. And this is an emergency. I mean, I don't know if she had it out for me or what. I don't know why she would have it out for me. But why do my eyebrows look like that?
a wrap. The show is over, and I usually take this opportunity to network with some models because we're doing this show and we're always looking to cast new faces for the next season. And so essentially, sometimes I tell people about it, and you know, that's the conversation. And sometimes, you know, I get people that want to talk more about it, and that's okay. But then when it's time to cast, I hope to see you there, you know?
I got to the show late, so I missed it. So I mean, I was able to get in, you know, of course, to see all the models and whatnot, line up. But that show was not, compared to prior Runways on Fire shows that we've done, it was not the same amount of people. This show, I felt like I did like the venue, like I like the staging, but the audience didn't match it, and I was kind of disappointed. You know, I guess for the models that walked, but then I didn't walk, so I wasn't that disappointed. But I still made my name while I was in the room. But yeah, it was not the same amount of people. Like usually James had like a lot of those seats are filled, and there was some empty seats. So, you know, everybody, you know, has their year. So maybe this was just a year, I figure, or maybe somebody's favorite designer, you know, didn't come back, or I don't know, but it wasn't the same.
So we're headed home, and I like to take this opportunity to have like a one-on-one with Bella, to kind of give her some reassurance that her walk has been improving, especially today in comparison to yesterday.
I want to get to a level where I'm just like, you know I'm just like the best. Not about I'm trying to outwalk, but I got the best walk, but I just want to have that full kind of like, damn, like I know I've got this. That's where I want to get to, like where I feel like, you know, very super duper confident about it.
All of us are starving because they don't feed the models, and I haven't had a moment to catch nothing. I don't know what that means. Oh, I had to process that. I'm hungry, so we're gonna grab something to eat. We're gonna catch the train back, and we're gonna head home. Sometimes when you get on the train, you get to find little cool things happening, and we run into this photo booth. We're sitting here playing with this machine, hoping that it works. It's not taking my email. I'm deleting it, I'm adding it, I'm deleting it, I'm adding it, and now I'm over it. Oh, there's one over there too?
It's on all sides.
Turnstile selfie. I gotta. At this point, let's just take selfies. Cause what are we doing?
Oh shit.
Look up. You gotta look up at the camera. I'm like, y'all don't know how crucial it is for us to be out at 11. I don't want to be in here at 11:05, 11:10 trying to scramble. Let's be clear. Time is of the essence, and this is an Airbnb situation. They're not giving us an extension, and it's time for us to head out. I do my part. I wake everybody up in a timely fashion so people could get in the shower, beep, shave, do their 3 S's, and get us out the door. However, it's the little tasks that people want to do around the house that's unnecessary because they have cleaning services that's holding us up.
Girl, I felt like places was just on one. Like, I get it, like, for having to check out at a timely fashion. I get that. But at the end of the day, you want to check out at a timely fashion, you also want to hit everybody up with we got a cleaning fee. Like, come on, like, we got to be conscious about how we move. And then when people be like quick to rush people, like, is your things in the car? You're ready to go? If you still walking up, picking up stuff, my stuff is already packed, I'm ready to go. Isn't in the car? Is the kitchen clean? Did we do a walkthrough of the place? I kind of, am gonna, and all I was asking for was a time check.
I'll do whatever else in the kitchen, Cece. I'm ready. But I'm ready.
I got 15 minutes. Thank you. That's all I'm asking. I just asked that. Sometimes delivery be like, okay, Cece, like, and it be giving like, okay, patience. Because, girl, chill out. Like, at the end of the day, all of that we went through, and you didn't snap. And that's just on point blank period. But because my ass is up here, don't be like, we gotta rush. I don't want to be out here at 11:05. Okay, girl, well, did you say, Cece, what can I do to help you pack? That be the shit for me. If you not finding a solution to the problem, then what you doing? You in my way. What time is it? How many more minutes do I got? 15 minutes. Give me a countdown. 10 minutes, C. 5 minutes, C. We out the door, C. Me too, because I'm in the car. But you ain't snap on shorty girl like that. Oh, I just need to be like that. I ain't like that. And I know we're not on the same level. But at the end of the day, people forget to give the same grace all the way around. Like, you still need to give the same grace or extend the same service, like, everywhere. If you're being lenient about somebody want to go get coffee and we're cold, but we're going to wait for that person to go get coffee, don't say nothing when I want to go get a cupcake over here. Maybe I've been fiending for a cupcake, or maybe my sugar low.
You know what? Maybe I'm overreacting. A lot of times people say, oh, you're being dramatic. You don't got to be so dramatic. So let me give them some grace. You got 15 minutes, and that's just enough time for me to go get some coffee. Here's your pack. I'm going to get breakfast. I need my phone. I need my where. Yes, I stopped where put on a show. But I'm still go here. Pretty Lassie. Hey, Lassie. It's okay, Lassie. You said you guys gonna come back from car? I have to. No, it's not gonna be back. How am I gonna pull up behind my car so you can see us when the one in front of the house? Just pull up the front. When we travel to come to these shows, we try to move as a family. Everything that we do, we try to communicate with each other. One, because I know we're all adults, but I still feel accountable for everybody. And when it comes to eating, I want to make sure that nobody can say that they're hungry. I want to make sure that if everyone is, moving from A to B, that everyone's transportation is where it needs to be, how it needs to be. And so it gets real frustrating when the adultness in people come out and they want to do their own thing, and it's like, oh, I don't have to tell you nothing. But you've been checking in with me all weekend, and now all of a sudden. So you just gonna find a diner and not be like, oh, hey guys, are you guys hungry? Do you guys want American breakfast food since y'all don't want? And then she got the nerve to say, yum, it was great. I'm not waiting for you, child. I'm not waiting for you. You got me up.
I feel like this whole getting food, not saying anything, It's kind of like, I won't say it's a catch-22 because I feel like I don't do that. I just know I have to be, all I can be is accountable of myself, and I don't do that. Like, hey y'all, I'm about to go get food. But if I'm coming from like something else that I'm not doing with the group, then maybe I realize like, well, they probably already ate, so I might as well go ahead and pick up something. That makes sense. But not when, okay, we all leaving, where we about to go get food, or I just went and got, oh my gosh, y'all, I just went and got this amazing bagel. It was so good. Girl, and just, you know, gulping it down in front of us. I'm pretty considerate.
You can't wait on us, but we gotta wait on you. No ma'am. You know how to get home. If you want to come where we at, girl, that'll work. You can't have expectations from adults. Thank you for everything. This drive is exhausting. I am tired. I mean, 48 hours up and moving tired. And I'm always receptive to positive feedback. And so we took this drive back to have those type of conversations. For one, a lot of times people don't communicate directly to me about how they feel, about how things are going. They usually communicate to someone that's like my right hand. And that's okay. Like, I get it, because I could be a lot of pressure. However, if it works best for me when that my right hand can communicate to me what's really going on, because that always gives me room for improvement. I take those notes, I try to implement them the next time, and I hope that I'm doing better and not the same. The conversation we're having right now, it's a bit touchy for me because it's feeling like things are shifting.
One of my favorite, I find life very funny. And Marcus made me laugh a lot throughout the whole trip. I didn't realize how funny he was. I mean, I just met him and all this stuff, but I'm like, he is very funny. Marcus is very funny. He is a pleasure to be around. Very great energy and hilarious.
So my recap of our experience in New York with the fashion shows being that FTM, I did walk in that fashion show, but I feel like I only walked for patience. So I only think I walked once. And then James, I didn't do his show. But I feel like I personally made the most out of my weekend because I still had other things that I had going on. However, I do feel like far as the shows go, yeah, I'm glad we showed up and showed out. That's what I have to say about the shows. I don't think that they were bad, but I think that for FTMs, I would have preferred it to be in North Carolina. For Runways on Fire, I didn't walk that show, so I don't want to comment too much on a show that I didn't walk in. I will say that Runways on Fire did have some notable people in the building, because I still was able to make connections even not walking and having conversations outside the building and just networking with people. I feel like James does a good job of sometimes putting people that you might not always see or different people in the room. So I do feel like that was good. Overall, the weekend, I'm glad we got through it. So if we get through it, it's a successful weekend. However, I will say that the they weren't meditated because, at least not by us. Premeditated shenanigans of how it started definitely was unexpected.
The experience, us all being together was great. Like I said, I love the New York City train. I love all the excitement and the randomness, and I love to laugh. And I laugh easily. So, I loved it, and us all being together and comfortable and cool, and even reminiscing about the weird incident from the night before.
Man, the girl who cried wolf, boy. you just never know to always be adaptable in any environment, because you never know who's going to be in that environment, and you never know what type of energy or what type of intention that they're bringing, whether you're not even on that type of time or not. And I just feel like if you remain focused, you know, you can navigate through any situation. But for me, that the whole situation, I did, you know, still feel like the trip was okay, but I felt like a conglomeration of a lot of different things, plus the whole experience with Shorty Girl. It was just like, yeah, I'm gonna sit out on these trips for a minute.
Things always shift with Homemade Runway Models. The faces change all the time, and so I'm kind of ready for anything that's to transpire going forward. But at the end of the day, I make great friendships with people first before all this modeling stuff go down. So if I was harsh to anybody personality wise, that would say something about me. But it's not my personality, it's my business work skills. So as long as I'm still growing as a small business to work on those skills and keep my personality whole, I think we'll be fine.
What's next to come for me is, you know, I'm getting to my 117-pound goal. So I am on my way there. I'm going to keep doing my my runway rehearsals, keep doing my comp cars, updating those, sending that out more, getting more work, and just being, you know, just fucking being all over, just taking over. That's what I'm doing. If I could do it all over again, I would do it all over again. I mean, you know, I love it.
Glad to be back.
It's over now, move over. It's our turn now, it's over. The game shut down.
Sorry.